It is Sunday morning, and I'm trying to get a head start on things here because I spent all of Friday and all of Saturday on the road, driving nearly 300 plus miles going to different community sales. And I found a ton of stuff. We're not going to get to all of it today. We'll take a look at some of the cooler finds, and then we'll also take a look at a few of the items that have sold out of maybe two of the eBay stores today. But let's jump in to this table here because there's some really cool stuff there. I love buying old Trapper Keepers, but this one here isn't called a Trapper Keeper. This is a Mead data center. And now I thought these went out years ago. This one here is dated 1991, and in the 70s, these were called, they obviously would have had different designs in the mid to late 70s, but they were called the Mead data centers, and then Trapper Keeper came out like 3 to 5 years later, I want to say. So this being a 91 data center, I've never seen that one before. So if anyone can educate me on why that data center line is still around in the 90s, let me know. But these were both filled with some sports cards, and I don't think any of these, well, we got, this is from my era here, all these sports cards for sure. And I know I've got most of them here in the house still, especially these the Olympic ones here, and then this Michael Jordan Karl Malone. I know I have that card somewhere upstairs, but nothing too crazy in here, I don't think, unless some of these gained value without me, well, paying attention to them, which is very possible. This one's all football. I think maybe, yeah, some baseball in there. Baseball, football, lots of stuff from my era, 1990. The junk wax era here. But yeah, I had to pick these up. These were only $5 for the pair. I don't know if they're really worth anything, but they look super cool. Sitting here behind the Trapper Keeper is a pair of RCA Selectavision video disc players with the plastic, fantastic wood grain down the side here. These were only $5 a piece at a garage sale, and I'm pretty sure they're broken, but that's okay. They still sell for a little bit of money for parts or repair. And unfortunately, I don't have any video discs here to test these out. Now, a video disc is basically like a laser disc inside of a sleeve. And when you power this on, it would say L right here, and this door would open. You'd just put this giant sleeve inside here. It would set the disc down inside, and the empty sleeve would come right out. Now, I had one of these growing up. My parents had it when I was a kid, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So when I saw these sitting on a table for $5 a piece, I had to grab them, because I've never seen another video disc player for sale at a garage sale ever before. I've seen one at an estate sale, but this is the first time I've ever bought one in all of my years of picking. Right here is a pretty good bolo. I didn't know about this game until I looked it up at a garage sale. Something about it just looked special. It was only $10. And this was actually on the second day of the community sales I went to on Saturday. So this one had been sitting for a full day. Nobody apparently wanted to pick it up. And well, I scooped it up for only $10. And I'll put the comps up on the screen here because this game can sell for some pretty good money. These next two items, both of the cameras here, they actually came from second day sales too. So for whatever reason, nobody wanted this Olympus here for only $1. I've got two of these down here in the shop, and they take these weird 6-volt batteries. But whenever I find these, even if the battery's in there and it expired, 10, 15 years ago or more, for whatever reason, those batteries just don't seem to leak and create any corrosion inside here. So whenever I find these, they typically work, and they're always usually clean inside. Maybe I'm just getting lucky, but I'll put a comp up here on the screen for this camera, something you want to be on the lookout for. Now, the one next to it, I am very surprised that it did not sell. This was $25, and it's a Nikon FM. It's got a 50 millimeter f2 on it. And I shoot with film from time to time. I've got a few Olympus cameras I use, and my main film camera that I like to use is the Nikon FM2. So for only $25, this one here I think is well worth it. It's got a little bit of brassing on the side, but I think it gives it a really good look. Most likely going to need new light seals and a battery for the light meter, but I'll also throw a comp up here on the screen for this. Prices can vary all over the map depending on the condition for these, but when you see these old Nikon cameras, they're usually worth picking up. These next two pieces here were only $2 a piece, and I've also got an entire tote of glass bottles and all sorts of cool old glass things that I picked up from this garage sale. Now, I know it sounds ridiculous only paying $2 for this stuff, but this lady basically said, I know what this stuff's worth. I just don't care. I want everything out of here. Give me $2 for this, $2 for that. And she just started throwing all sorts of other stuff into this box of mine. So the first piece here is a Dressel Railroad Lantern NYCS New York Central System. Really good condition. I'm not entirely sure what this one's worth. I've never found a Dressel lantern before, but I mean, even on the inside, it barely looks like it has any use. And I don't collect railroad lanterns. I've only got a couple here. I usually just send them on their way, but this one's really, really clean. So I'm gonna have to do a little more research and see what this one could possibly be worth. Next to it is this L.E. Smith Moon and Stars blue oil lamp. It's in really good condition as well. And I want to say this is going to be worth some pretty good money. I'll put a comp up here on the screen for this one. Obviously, conditions going to vary, but this one's still got some oil in it, and it looks like the top, well, inside there, it looks pretty clean. It doesn't look like it's got a whole bunch of use. There's no rough edges or chips anywhere, so that's really going to help the value. Stuff like this I do sell. I do have a couple oil lamps, but I don't really get into them like I used to. So we're going to get this one cleaned up and sent down the road. Taking a look at these baseball cards here, they all came out of one garage sale, and I spotted these boxes a mile away when I was walking up to the house, and I said, I don't even care what they cost. I need to have them. They were only 15 bucks a piece, and I'll put the comps up here for the 1986 box. This one goes for a pretty good amount of money, but this brings back a lot of memories because baseball trading cards back in the 80s, it was a different world, and it was awesome. So I had to buy all of these along with 89 Fleer. I'll have the comps up for that one. 87 Tops, not worth really a whole lot, but still lots of memories from these wax packs. And then we've got 87 Fleer. And the Fleers, from what I remember, they never came with bubble gum in their packs. But still brings back so many memories. The Tops more so than the Fleer. I was definitely more of a Tops kid. But I'm waiting for this person to call me back because he says he's got more of these in these full cases. Hopefully there's some more 86s. Even if there's 87s and the price is right, I'll still probably buy them because just having these like on display, popped open with the packs right there would I think would just look really cool. Now this one here, I think I made a mistake on. I'll let you guys drop in the comments. What would you have paid for 89 Donruss? There's 72 3-packs, 9 puzzle pieces, and 45 cards per bag. It does have Griffey's rookie in there. This is a full case, but they're starting to come separated here. So these ends are starting to open up on the bottom of the packs. But I don't remember these at all. These little 3-pack poly bags here. And I have a lot of Donruss stuff. I didn't buy the Donruss packs, but my father did buy me the factory sets. And I think a lot of us, our parents bought us those factory sets thinking that, when we were older, they'd be worth a lot of money. But, we all have those sets. They made tons of them. So, well, they're just not really worth what our parents had hoped they would be worth when they bought them for us. You can see this one came out of A&J Sports Cards back in the day. But either way, if I don't get a call back from this guy, I'm still more than happy to have all of these cards. I'll probably sell a bunch of these here. I may keep this Tops box and this Tops box and then send the rest of them down the road. But if he calls back, hopefully we can go pick up some more cases. And I'll be sure to put that in another video if that does happen. Sales have been really, really slow, and I may have priced this too high, but I don't know. When offers come in, I'm more willing to accept them this time of year, unless they're just crazy. But I've only got 20 bucks into this. It's a mid-size carnival glass tree trunk vase. It's in pretty good condition. It's sat for a while because, like I said, I priced it way up there. I had someone messaging me for almost 2 months saying they were saving up money to buy it, and they never bought it, even sending them some offers and lowering the price. But an offer did come through that I accepted for $110 plus shipping. This green box just sold, and you may remember this from another video. I picked this up at an estate sale. Came with the original key, which is pretty rare when you see these. But I mean, if you go to estate sales, you see these all the time. There's always random metal boxes in these older houses, and I never pick them up. But they're usually only $1 or $2, and I think that's what I paid for this one here. And it sat for about a month in the store, but someone finally bought it for $19.99 plus shipping. Same shelf up here. Sold a Wii game. This is Mario Party 9 for the Wii, and I forgot what I paid for this one. I think it may have been May have only been $5, but this one just sold for $48.99 plus shipping. This cool Westinghouse electric meter table lamp is also heading out the door. This one came out of an estate sale for only $15. And when you plug it in and turn it on, the dial here in the meter starts to spin and turn. Really cool piece. I've never seen one of these before, but I'm glad I picked it up because it just sold for $100 plus shipping. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.